Greetings, friends. I want another update of current events and past events with the galacticfriends.com. I wanted to continue discussions from my last video uh, regarding the Illuminati One World Order boys and girls, and their objective is for global dominance economically, politically, and militarily. And a lot of the information to clarify my viewpoint is on the notice to police departments that I keep posting in my update section. So please go there and go through the videos. It's very educational. And what I would like to say is what their agenda was with the 9/11 issue was a major pinnacle point. It certainly disrupted the light workers and the spiritual objectives on the planet with regard to Nasara and the various other positive life enhancing projects that we had in the works that was supposed to be initiated in the morning of that event. That was obviously stopped. So there's been lots of clearing going on both above the planet and on the planet with regard to who allowed that to take place, and things are moving forward now with regard to Nasara and regard to life-enhancing, constructive reformations for the planet, and that's politically and economically, banking and otherwise. And many good people are stepping forward to do this, and we need more people on the ground in Canada to step forward as well. There seems to be a lot of fear-based segregating going on in different groups, and that needs to sort of shift into a more collaborative effort. Excuse me. So to get back to the 9/11 issue, that was a major con game to get everyone to believe that military operations would be, of course, appropriate for the time so they could make tons and tons of money. These people think nothing of life. They think nothing of the planet. They think nothing of you and your family or your community. They are totally devoid of conscience. They're devoid of anything that's good. It's like the cremation of care, which all the leaders take part in at Bohemian Grove and such. So to think that these people that are in our governments that are aligning with these people have our best interests at heart, people, wake up. I'm saying to you, they're wolves in sheep's clothing. They are, the only party in Canada that I'm aware of that is speaking the truth about the criminal application of the Bank of Canada is the Canadian Action Party. Where's the NDP? They had the opportunity during their convention here in Vancouver recently to step up, do the right thing, and speak out about the Bank of Canada and get this system changed for the highest good for all Canadians. But they're not doing it. So they're just as bad as the Liberals and the Conservatives. So Canadians need to step forward, and we need to make a change, and we need to start making different changes and demanding to our government representatives, the good ones that do exist in some of the various parties, demand them to start using the Bank of Canada properly and to make the changes that we desire. And again, go through the poll questions, and if you have other suggestions, I'm all ears. I want to hear from every region across Canada so that it's up to us. We can't sit back and say, oh, the government's not doing this and bitch and moan about it, because it's up to us to make the changes. These people are going to sit back in their gravy train sucking up our tax dollars to put money in their pockets to toe the party line for the bankers until we say no, enough, and change our judiciary and throw out these Satanists that are sitting back laughing at us in the judiciary that serves them. We've got to make the change, and this can be done. So please don't feel overwhelmed that there's nothing we can do, because there's plenty we can do, and it's happening, and it will happen with the Nasara announcement. And to think that they are not going to be touched by us, think again. Their days are numbered. It's coming down to days and hours now for them, and they know it. So people out there that want to send me nasty emails about bah humbug and this and that, you're only serving the dark side. I just delete you and you have no influence in my reality. So, and I'm asking also people out there to stop sending me multi-level marketing get rich quick schemes, because I think that's repugnant. I'm not interested in that kind of consciousness in my reality. I'm interested in co-creative constructive formats that support Canadians first, because we need to shift that paradigm and we need to shift that energy that serves the highest good for all. It's not about being territorial, it's not about being discriminatory, it's not about any of the nonsense that the dark side will pull out as a defense mechanism. It's about honoring our sovereignty, honoring the values of being a Canadian and living in Canada, and putting that first for a change where it belongs. Now, to get back to the One World Order boys and girls, they always have to create a villain so that they can make money. First, it was the Cold War, you know, the Nazis. Then it was the Cold War. Then it was the war on drugs, which they are behind in the first place. It's the CIA and various capacities and various judicial branches in our own government in Canada that are involved with the CIA in this capacity. They're not only moving drugs into Canada through the ports now, they're people smuggling, counterfeit goods, all different weapons, all different kinds of criminality is going on there. And that's why the mafia has been involved in so many longshoremen shipyard applications in North America as well. So, but we know who they all are. We know all the parties involved. Everything has been recorded. We know who all the Satanists are. They will be outed for what they've been up to, so that everything is going to be put out in the open, folks. I'm not speaking la-di-da here nonsense because I'm on drugs or something, because I don't do drugs. But anyways, it will be validated for everyone to see. I've asked that that be done so that people know what has been said here is the truth. So anyways, they make the villains like the war on terror that never ends, so they can make endless millions on their um, war machine. And they make villains out of the Satanist mind-controlled operatives who put bombs in their underwear and in their shoes. These people work for the very people that want to impose draconian measures upon you and us. Your own government in England set the bombs off in the trains in England. Your own government in Spain did the same thing, as well as 9/11 in the United States. In collaboration with various capacities of their secret government affiliations, their underground groups that work covertly behind the scenes without permission, without consent, and sometimes without knowledge of various other parts of the government. So these things need to come out into the open. People need to know where their tax dollars are really going. It certainly isn't going to infrastructures because, we're underfunded. They deliberately underfund education, Medicare, and all of these issues to put the squeeze on the little guy, to make it so that they can justify their draconian illegal taxes, which shouldn't be there in the first place because they're not using the Bank of Canada properly. So, I mean, TSA in the United States, how many millions did they make on these TSA machines that irradiate us, damage our bodies, because our bodies are energy. And they know that. They know exactly what they're doing. Because they are the ones that have shares and own the pharmaceutical companies. They're the same group of people that are all interconnected in these charades and these scam plots that they have going globally. So anyways, folks, the message that I'm giving today is think about the bigger picture when it comes down to issues like the HST, the harmonized sales tax for people that don't know here outside of Canada. They brought in tax after tax after tax, and they create the problems like here in Vancouver. They'll get their mind-controlled Satanist operatives to go and attack a few women on the SkyTrain so that they can justify bringing in a private police force not accountable to the Canadian people, not working for the Canadian people, but working for a corporation, which again I think is treasonous. So our tax dollars or our funding dollars that we pay for transportation is going for draconian measures of another police force that again is not accountable to us. And who can, I asked them, I went up and I asked one of them, well, who are you accountable to? The corporation. So this is the mindset, folks. They don't care about your rights. They don't care about your health. They don't care about your prosperity. They don't care if they tear your country apart and throw it down the shitter. They don't care. But I care. And there's a lot of other people out there that care. So what I'm saying is start setting up groups in each province and territory. I've set up links on my website and the employment link for territorial participation. Volunteer to set up a group. We want to know what's going on in your province. We want to know what criminality is going on there. Get involved with my awards contest. I have a new link there for grants and awards for people who will step forward and do these things properly to help their communities and their local communities. Let us know, because the media is deliberately keeping us blind, deaf, and dumb on various regional issues that are going on so that we do not rise up against them. Their biggest fear is that we will rise up against them. And what the riot in Vancouver showed me is that there's no way in hell they can stop 100,000 of us at one time. There's no way in hell they can stop all of us or kill all of us. If we do peaceful protests like they do in Egypt, and stop taking the crap they keep dishing out to us month after month, year after year, and they dress it up and they put it in a nice little bow of how they're serving our highest good, when that's the farthest thing from their mind. If it was, they wouldn't be having secret meetings about NAFTA and free trade and SPP and EU issues that are treasonous to begin with, illegal and treasonous, to make any decisions without the input of the Canadian people. That's treasonous. These people should be in jail. And, why are we allowing this? Why are we allowing this, folks? Think about it. We should be setting up committees of our own in each community and saying, we are the power, we are the people, you work for us, and this is what we demand. And if the police don't support us, then we will file charges against them. Because this is the way it should be. Now, I have another issue about the austerity applications here in Canada with Canada Post. Well, I talked to some of the people on the picket lines the other day, and they were saying that what the games that they're playing is that they'll put something on the table and then they'll use the government to illegally legislate them back to work, knowing that the government is going to support them, so they will screw the workers by taking away wage concessions and pension plan concessions so that they can use that money. Now, this is my opinion here. They didn't say this to me, but I know for a fact in various instances in Europe and United States and stuff, these corporations will use your pension fund money illegally, and they will put them in what they call bank debenture programs, rollover programs, to make billions using your money. And if they lose in using your money, then they will want to delay payouts for your pension plan so they can try to roll over in another program to make more money. But they won't give you that any kind of interest on using your money. They will take all the profit and just maybe even wipe out your whole fund, or leave just a little bit there so that they can squeeze you some more. And this is how the game is played, folks. And unfortunately, some of the unions don't do their due diligence or are taking kickbacks to be mute on these issues. As I've seen that happen in British Columbia as well. So we need to make sure our leadership is walking in integrity and doing their due diligence in all these capacities, both union and business-wise. And to get back to the HST, where are all the list I put on the website recently about these smart tax people? These people are obviously working for the dark side. I mean, where are they on screaming and hollering about the high gas costs? I mean, we have a refinery right here in Vancouver, a gas oil refinery right here in Vancouver. We have Alberta tar sands right next to us, and yet we're paying the highest gas prices in Canada, pretty much. I mean, what that is just